Hey guys, Bryan here from Liquid Concepts. So today we're going to talk a little bit about wheels. Now, of course, if you've seen any of the other videos that we've done quite a few different wheels before, but we wanted to shoot a video on these because this is going to be a complete strip and redo. Now, these wheels have came from another company. We're not going to name anything on that, but they came from another company, from another job that a customer had, and the company that was doing the dipping was not able to finish the job. Now, let me preface this with these wheels, whenever they first started out, were brand new in the box, and the customer gave them the wheels, and this is how they ended up after, I believe it was a few months of going back and forth trying to figure it out. I'm not gonna lie, these are definitely some of the worst wheels that I have seen as far as just everything around. And so you can clearly see on a lot of these wheels here what looks to be that, I'm assuming after the last dip that was on the wheels themselves, they pretty much, I'm assuming, just got fed up with it and said the heck with it. They did not even rinse the wheels off. So that's where a lot of these bubbles are coming from, and you can clearly see that this entire wheel has these bubbles all over it. Now, of course, the other thing is of course the dip does not look very good at all. Possibly looking at maybe a little bit of underactivation in some areas, and it does even look like they've even tried to do separate films on the wheels. I think one of these wheels we counted at least 3 different dips on the barrel, so it has probably gave somebody a really hard time on getting these wheels all set up and done correctly. A couple of different things, of course, you can see number one on these center caps right here. Of course, I believe this is probably one of the very first dips that they were trying to do. So of course the dip does not match the wheel itself. Apparently they changed it at some point. The other thing is that looking at the clear coat finish that's on here, I'm assuming this is clear. I don't think this has not been rinsed off. So I'm assuming this is a clear coated part. It's definitely not working out. I'm able to literally just take my finger and then pretty much it just peels right off. So we have no adhesion on the part itself from the clear coat to the dip itself. So pretty much the game plan on these right here is we're going to have to strip everything down. Now, of course, it's not what the customer wanted at first, but now that we're in this situation here, we've got to get all of this stuff off. So, of course, so we're gonna have to pretty much blast everything back down to bare metal. Now, a couple of things, we've got some scratches and stuff like that that are on the inside of the wheel, even on the outside lip right here. There was no packaging whatsoever whenever these wheels came to us, which is kind of sad because then of course they got damaged a lot more in transit. We've got a lot of scratches on the bottom side of them. Sadly, this is going to be a complete redo, but we're going to pretty much show you guys what we're going to do and how we're going to restore these wheels back to original. So the customer does want to go with a similar look of what we've got right now. So we've got a carbon fiber on the front face of the wheel itself, and then we've also got the gloss black that's going to go on the inside barrel. Now, sadly, because we have to refinish the backside of the lip of the wheels to make everything look brand new, we will have to repaint everything, the inner barrel as well. But if these weren't damaged on the underside, then we would only have to focus on this top side. But in this case, we're gonna have to redo everything because we've got pretty much just everything wrong with these wheels. So let's go ahead, let's get started, and let's show you guys a few things on what we're gonna do and how we're gonna get started with it. We need to sandblast the entire coating off so that way we have the only coating that is on the wheel and we know that everything's going to stick right and everything's going to look hopefully a lot better than what this is right now. So we're gonna have to take off all of this tape and the paper, and then of course we're even going to blast the caps themselves to get everything off as much as possible back down to bare substrate. So let's get started. that's what you call quality hydrographics. All right, so as you can clearly see, it's gonna take a little bit of time to get all of this off, but we are back down to the bare metal, which is exactly what we had wanted. And we've got a couple of layers of the dip and probably the powder coating and everything like that that we have to go through. But at the end of the day, this is going to be the best route to go to make sure that we have the only coating on the wheel and that everything is completely stripped, so that way you get the best possible finish whenever we're said and done. So now it's going to be the slow boat to China on just blasting all this, making sure everything looks good, getting all the coating off, and then we'll move on to the next step after that. All right, so now that we've got everything all painted, primered, and ready to dip, now we need to do a couple of things before we actually go to dip it. So the customer has actually chose that we paint the inside barrel the same color that we do for the base coat, which is gonna make it a little bit easier for us and also help save them a little bit of money just because we don't have to repaint the barrel a different color and then go back. And since it's already going to be a darker color anyways, it's still gonna look really good and it's gonna contrast really well with the carbon fibers. So let's go ahead, let's take a look at the wheel, see what all we got to do to the inside and all of that, and then of course cut the film and lay it on the water and get to dipping. So now that we've got all of this all prepped out, of course one thing is we've got our center caps. We want to make sure that we pop those in like this, so that way we can make sure that all of this all matches up exactly perfect whenever we dip the entire thing, and that way everything looks more uniform. So of course the other thing is that we have all of this extra area back in here on the inside wheel. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to take and we're going to mask off a line all the way around through here on the inside barrel, just to make sure that we don't get any of the dip that's going to be on the front face of it to go down inside here and get on any of this lip. So very quick, very easy, but let's go ahead and get all this masked off so that way we can lay our film out and make sure that we have enough, and then of course get to dipping. All right, we've got this wheel all finished up and this thing came out looking amazing. Definitely a lot better than what it came here looking like, and I think the customer is definitely going to be happy with the outcome that we got with this. So as you can clearly see, we have carbon fiber all the way around the entire part itself, and then also it was a quick change on the last minute, but we do have the same base color that we used on the inside of the wheel around the back side of the barrel itself. And so looking at this wheel itself, it came out looking amazing. We've got the center caps all ready to go. And of course, we've got a super high gloss finish around both inside and out, and everything looks really good. I think the customer is definitely really going to love it. So hopefully this video has really helped you guys out. If you have any questions or comments, then definitely leave them below. We'd always love to hear from you, as well as let me know your thoughts on how this wheel came out compared to what we actually had beforehand. I think it turned out a lot better in my opinion, but always love to hear from you guys and see what your thoughts are as well. If you're interested in any of the products that we used in this video and on this wheel itself, you can also check out the website. We're gonna have links in the description below to where you can check out the website and see everything that we use, from the clear coat to the film to the activator. Even if you're needing training or equipment, it is all there on the website, so definitely check that out. I'm Bryan from Liquid Concepts, and this is how we customize your world. We'll see you guys next time.